Hello friends, welcome to EduTab. So today I have with me Miss Twinkle Jan. She's from Jaipur, and for a change, she is not the one who has cleared RBI Grade B DR Journal. Rather, she has secured a seat in RBI Grade B DSIM vacancies. DSIM stands for Department of Statistics and Information Management. So first of all, congratulations, Twinkle.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're the first candidate I am interviewing who has cleared the DSIM paper. So I think this video is going to gather a lot of views because a lot of people search for information related to DSIM, but it's not easily available.
Yes.
Fine. So
less people are giving this exam.
Less people are giving this exam. So Twinkle, first of all, tell me something about your background.
I did graduation and post graduation both in statistics, and the eligibility for this exam also statistics. In 2020, I completed masters. After that, I opted a job in education industry. Till March, I worked there, and then I applied for the RBI exam, and here I am.
And how did RBI happen? How do you come to know about that RBI? Recruits people in DSIM.
Like I already told that I did a master's in statistics. So one of my professor told me that if you are interested in research background, then you can go for the RBI Grade B exam. It also conducts exam for the statistics student as a research officer.
Great.
So I have.
So for this exam, if I'm right, one must needs to be having masters in statistics.
Yes, this is the eligibility criteria.
Yeah.
Whether you have statistics masters or a PGDBA course from ISI, Indian Statistical Institute, Kolkata, which is in collaboration with IIT and IIM.
Okay. And you've cleared this exam at a very young age. So were you preparing this from your post-graduation days also, or you just prepared it for last 5-6 months?
No, I starting my preparation, like serious preparation, from the second year of my masters. So along with the masters, I prepared for the Indian Statistical Services also, and that preparation also
helped you
helped me. Yes, yes.
So how many total seats were there under DSIM this year?
This year, they declared the 22 seats, out of which 9 for general category, and they only selected 15 people.
So out of 22 seats, only 15 were able to, meet the guidelines which RBI has set.
Yes, yes.
And what about other candidates? Are they also young, if you know, or many of them are, in their late 20s also?
No, in interview when I gave interview, there were 1-2 candidates which is of my age, but I don't know if they cleared or not. But many of them are from like 2 to 3 attempts. Some of are giving second time interview or third time.
Good. So now I would like to discuss about your preparation strategy for phase 1, phase 2. Again, I think this is going to be totally on different lines from what we discussed for RBI Grade B DR Journal. So first of all, what about phase 1? Can you just briefly explain the pattern?
Phase 1 exam is based on the statistics subjects only. It contains 20 objective questions on statistics, which is very conceptual and tricky questions. And the level is the moderate, not so difficult, not so easy. And these 20 questions you should attempt in 2 hours. The exam duration is only like 2 hours, and this is the more than enough time they give. So normally phase 1 is it is a normal person which prepared for the IIT JAM examination in their undergraduation. They can the level of this examination of that level. So undergraduate student also can pass that.
20 questions, 2 hours. So how much? Usually, are you able to finish paper in 1.5 hours?
Yeah. Some people even got 90-100 marks in this paper. Like this exam is like phase 1 is moderate exam, never tough or never so easy. It's like.
And do these marks in phase 1 also contribute to your merit list marks?
Yes. It's all contribute. And second phase exam, it is tough to score good. So mostly this paper, scoring good in this paper paper leads
becomes
to
very, very important.
yeah.
Okay. And normally how much marks people score in phase one? Is it in the range of 80s, 90s, or?
Like if you are scoring 70, 60 or 70 marks, then it is average marks. If you are scoring 80, 90 marks, then you are going to for interview.
Oh, 80, 90. I mean, scoring 80, 90 in objective paper, I mean, that's huge. It means you need to have good accuracy and good number of attempts.
Yes, yes.
Uh, in phase one, since you said overall 22 seats were there, but only 15 were selected. So in phase one, is it like that everybody who gives phase one gets selected for phase two, or do they chunk people
No,
out
they
in phase one?
chunk people out. There were I think approx 300 people in the phase two exam only on different centers. And in phase one exam, there are a lot of people.
Lot of
Like
people.
I don't know exact number, but there were a lot of people there. And the chunk people, the score 40, 50 was the cutoff in last year.
Last year, 40, 50 was the cutoff, bare minimum that you need to get around. Okay. And so what was your source of preparation? Did you refer some books, some standard books?
Yeah. I told that I was preparing for the Indian Statistical Services. For that, I took the coaching from the Jaipur Institute. The coaching notes helped me a lot. Second thing, I also prepared for the IIT exam examination in my undergrad. So that helped me a lot. And the previous year papers of this phase one exam is not available on the RBI site. So we have to prepare from the past year papers of other statistical exams like ISS Indian Statistical Services, IIT exam examination statistics, and the CSIR NET mathematical science exam also has 1 unit of statistics. Also, the GATE paper introduced in 2019. So we have questions from them, those papers also. So
Great.
I have prepared from these.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to add something?
Yeah. There are books also which I referred. One is the V.K. Rohatgi book for the statistical inference and the probability. And the for the stochastic process, I referred the J. Maggie book. And the other book I referred is the Mood and Gravy book, which is also for statistical inference.
So how much time is required for, say, preparation of phase one? Though I think it would be integrated preparation where you would have to prepare for phase one and phase two collectively. But still, if somebody wants to prepare only for phase one first, how much time he or she needs to contribute minimum?
You need to contribute minimum 3 hours, but with consistency. Like minimum for 6-7 hours daily.
For how many months?
You have to prepare
for how many months?
3 months.
3 months, 6-7 hours daily.
Only.
That is for phase one. I think for phase two you need some more time.
But the condition is you have a statistical background.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
and you are in touch with your studies also. I mean, some people with statistic background, if they are doing job for 4 or 5 years, then they need to get in touch.
Then it would be difficult. Yeah.
It would be difficult. So how did you manage your mock test and all? Are they available somewhere?
No, there are no available mock test or other things online. But I just told that most of the things are I prepared from the papers which are of other exams, not of these exams. Yeah, I took them as a mock papers for the phase one.
Fine. So anything else you want to add in for phase one preparation, or points that people should take care while preparing for phase one?
For phase one, I would suggest that one must practice a lot. Without practicing, accuracy will not be there. And if you are attempting and doing wrong thing, then it would be a very negative point for you. So accuracy and the practice is much needed. And don't hustle there. There are enough time to solve them. The questions are not very, very tough. So you can do.
And what about phase two? Now, first of all, I would like to know whether phase two preparation is to be done in more depth as compared to phase one, because I think phase two is descriptive.
Yes, definitely. And you cannot prepare between the time of if you cleared phase one and you are waiting that after coming result, I'll prepare for the phase 2 exam. Then it won't be possible to clear the phase 2 examination as it is a descriptive paper and totally based on the concept. No direct question asked by the RBI till date. Like there are so many tricky questions there.
So many tricky questions. And can you just briefly explain the pattern for phase 2 also?
Yeah. In phase 2, there are 6 sections given to you. There are varieties of question you can opt from. Like from 18 question, you have to opt 5 question to do. In each section, there are 3 questions, and out of which you can in each section you can attempt maximum 2 questions.
So 6 sections, 3 questions each, and you have to attempt. So 6 into 3, 18, but you have to attempt 5, and from one section you cannot attempt more than 2.
Yes, definitely.
It's very interesting pattern. I've never seen that pattern before. So I think this is, you're talking about the paper on statistics, but there are 2 papers, right? One is on statistics and then another one is on English.
English paper, yes. English paper has only 3 questions, and we have provided like 1.5 hours for that, and that is enough for that. I have completed in 10 minutes before that.
Okay.
Like you have to leave that time to check all the grammatical corrections, and sometimes in typing there are mistakes also, like typing mistakes, typing. So you have to leave that 10 minutes in last in English paper.
I'll first talk about English paper briefly, then we will move on to the statistics part because it would be little lengthy discussion. So normally people in statistics, many of them, right, no, they're good in statistics, numbers, logic, and all those things. They're not good in English. And sometimes you tend to give that less importance to English, thinking that my core is statistics, I'll work upon that. What, according to you, is the importance of English here? What is the weightage of English exam? Statistics paper is of how much marks?
100 marks, and English is also of 100 marks.
And for statistics, you have to read some bulky books, descriptive paper, and for
the English you don't have to.
So did you realize this importance that with little preparation you can score more? Did you realize that importance while you were preparing for English?
Yeah, like I was I also didn't prepare much for the English. Like it is very basic paper, and you can score very, very good in English paper. Like I was from Hindi medium from my 12th class. So it is sometimes difficult for me also to meet the vocab of the students who are who are from very starting is in English medium. So they don't check your vocabulary. Like in very depth. If you are using very, very, very tough vocab there, then this would not be in your favor, I think. So you have to write like that, sweet and crisp, and not exceed the word limit.
Right. I mean, that's a very good point. I mean, there is no need to write very much flowery language. I think if you can explain in a logical, in a structured manner and write a good grammatical English without any spelling mistakes, that is more than enough.
Yeah.
So how did you practice for English? Did you practice typing on your computer and all those things for English?
Yeah, I used to work for the education companies, and I worked as the content writer. So my typing speed was very good. My writing skills are also very good. So that helped me for English paper. Like that's why I haven't prepared specifically from the books for the English paper, as I already writing on daily basis.
Now I move on to the statistics part, Twinkle. I think that should be our main point of discussion because that is something unique to this paper. So in statistics paper, you have to attempt 5 questions out of 18 questions. What is the duration of the exam?
3 hours.
3 hours. In 3 hours, you have to attempt 5 questions. That's a lot of time.
Yes.
So
not lot of time. I have attempted only 4.5 questions. Like I was very sad that I know that question, but the time constraint was the thing.
So questions are very lengthy. Are they calculative?
Sometimes they are very, very calculative, and we are not allowed a physical calculator. There are virtual calculator, and calculation in virtual calculator is very, very difficult.
We need to practice a lot to use virtual calculator.
Yeah.
So is there any specified syllabus for statistics that is given in the notification? And if yes, can one stick to that syllabus, or they can ask anything out of the syllabus also?
Like for phase 1, there are no papers available on the site, but for the phase 2 exam, for the statistics and English also, there are some papers on the website, which is on from 2010, 12, and 16. So one can refer them. Like pattern of recent papers are same.
So no, that's okay. You can refer those papers. But my point is, when the notification comes, when the vacancies come, do they also mention the clear-cut syllabus that this is your syllabus for phase 2 statistics paper?
No clarity on syllabus. Like each and every topic is not mentioned there, but yeah, they give idea about it. Like they tell that multivariate analysis and the some topics about them. Like they've mentioned the cluster analysis, then you have to prepare cluster analysis from the depth. Like if they clearly mention that topic, then you have to prepare on the depth.
But apart from the topics that are mentioned, you also need to prepare other topics which can be asked in the exam.
Yeah. They mentioned the multivariate analysis, then they can ask anything from the multivariate analysis.
So multivariate analysis would be a subject in itself, kind of.
Yeah, this is the subject. Yeah. I talked about the 6th section. No? So one of section is the multivariate analysis.
Okay. And any books that you opted for preparing for phase 2 statistics paper?
Yeah. So preparing for all the 6 section is a mistake, I think. So like this will be a very, very huge syllabus to complete. And like you'll invest time there I'll not say invest, you'll waste time there in like in choosing the 5 question if you are knowing everything there. Sometimes it happens that you choose some questions and you are not reaching to the answer. Then it will be a big mistake there. So I choose 2 sections which I prepared thoroughly from the books, from the coaching notes, from the napkin lectures, wherever I can find these 2 sections. I read them. So those 2 sections are the survey sampling, and the second is the multivariate analysis, probability and survey. And third is the linear model and econometric models also I studied. And from other sections, I only studied the basic things, so that if some simple questions come, then I can attempt them for the sake of the time limit.
But it might be a very difficult decision to decide that you at least have to study 3 sections, because you cannot attempt all the sections questions from one section. So 2 plus 2 plus 1, so minimum 3 sections you have to prepare out of 6 sections. But then it is very difficult to decide how to go about other 3 sections. So your logic was study the basics and focus on my core 3 sections, and let's see.
Yes.
So in exam, from the other 3 sections, did you attempt any question?
Yes.
Okay.
Like in 1.5 hours, I studied multivariate analysis. So I opted 2 questions from multivariate analysis. So in very first question, I just forgot about the time I was writing. And when I saw the time, it was 1.5 hours already.
In the first question? In
the very first question. And I was panicked so much. And then I realized that I need to increase my speed there. So the other question I did in a half hour only. So it's like 2 hours and 2 questions are there. Another 1 hour, I did 2.5 questions. So in the half question, I did only in 5 minutes. Like that was I was saying that I did basics, so I know only the one part of that question. So that helped me. Like it was from statistical inference and inference in objective type questions. That helped me. Like that saved me, I would say.
So you suggest all others to go on the same lines. 3 core sections anyways you have to prepare. For other 3 sections or maybe 2 sections, try to read the basics at least.
If some simple questions are there, and like in copy collecting time, I did that question. So like 10 marks you are getting for that question, then you have to prepare basics for others also.
So these 5 questions that you attempt, each question is for 20 marks.
Yes.
Wow. So do you know your marks for either phase 1 or phase 2, or they are still not out?
Not out.
So guys, in case you are wondering that why the phase 1 marks are also not out, because these phase 1 marks in case of DSIM paper are also added to the final marks before the merit list is announced. So that's why these would be announced now after the result is out, and all the marks would be announced together for phase 1, phase 2 and interview. In general, RBI Grade B DR General, phase 1 marks are announced after phase 1, and phase 2 and interview marks are announced together. So there is a difference. And the reason being, as I told you, phase 1 marks in DSM adds to the, or are added to the final marks that are actually used to make the merit list. Any three sections that you would suggest are easy sections out of these 6 sections, or it totally depends upon the interest of the person?
I would say that it totally depends on the interest of the person. Like in my master's, I opted the multivariate analysis. It's my optional paper. So I choose
Hmm.
multivariate analysis, but most of the students also choose the stochastic process,
Hmm.
as it is simple and can be attempted in like less time
Hmm. Okay.
comparatively to
And
multivariate.
are there any sections out of these 6 sections which are totally theoretical, or every section is like mix of theory and
Every
calculus?
section is of mix of theory, and also RBI always ask about the application of that theory, not
Hmm.
direct question from the theory, not direct question from the books.
Hmm.
So you have to use your brain there.
And these papers are back to back.
These papers are in phase two. These papers are the back. Like on 6th March, I give phase one paper, and on 31st March, I give phase two papers.
So on 31st March, you sit for 4 hours continuously. No, for 4.5 hours.
Yeah.
1.5 hours for
Four and
English,
yeah.
and then 3 hours for statistics. 4.5 hours on continuous basis.
No, not continuous basis. We got time between these two papers.
You got a break.
Yeah.
So first English paper is held, or statistics paper?
First is statistics paper,
For 3 hours, and
then
then
English.
English paper for 1.5 hours.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else you would like to add for for some tips or something for phase 2 related thing?
Like I would say that time management is really necessary.
Hmm.
You have to prepare for them. Don't go for a lot of books. Like
Hmm.
prepare your own notes. If you are studying even from some coaching, some college notes, or but for the RBI, prepare notes for the RBI only. Like you are
Hmm.
preparing for an exam and such a good exam. So you have to prepare notes customized for the RBI only.
Hmm.
So
Hmm. That's good. And what about time management in the exam, or rather before the exam? How do you learn time management? Did you attempt a lot of mock tests sitting for 3 hours for statistics?
no, actually, I'm doing masters. I
Hmm.
told earlier. So I was doing masters, and after that, I didn't took any gap. Like I didn't took any education gap. Like
Hmm.
after graduation, I just jumped into the masters, and after masters, I jumped into a job which is a 8 hour job, one
Hmm.
work from home, and after the job, I jumped into the MPhil from Delhi University.
Hmm.
So there is no gap between them, and that helped me a lot. Like sitting in for exams, like in internals, I used to sit
Hmm.
3 hours, and then in the final exams of the masters, I used to sit 3 hours. So that helped me eventually.
So because you were just being a student in these days, it helped you.
Just being a good student, I think. That helped.
Giving your exams regularly. No, it
Yeah.
helps. I mean, I remember when we used to write our exams. I mean, sitting for 3 hours exam was not something hectic. In fact, you never knew how those 3 hours passed because there used to be so much to write. But if somebody asks me
Yeah.
after leaving those exams for the past 10 years that can I sit for 3 hour exam, it's like next to impossible for
That
me. Hmm.
yeah. That will be difficult.
That's very good, Twinkle. So next I'll move on to the interview phase. Right. So again, I hope here the interviews would be little different from what they are in RBI Grade with DR journal posts. So in your interview also, is it a mix of HR questions, current affairs, economy related questions, and technical statistical related questions?
Yeah. The interview in interview they can ask everything, anything about the RBI, anything about the economy, anything about your background, anything about you, or anything about stats.
So
Irrespective which is your matlab like about your interest. But they are very cordial people. They ask whatever you know.
so
Just let them know.
can you tell some of the questions from each of these field? Maybe from your statistic field, what did they ask you? From related to RBI, what did they ask you? Any HR questions that they ask you?
Like firstly, they read my profile. The
Hmm.
chairman, Amitabh Rajan sir, was the chairman of my
Hmm.
panel, and he read the profile, and he found he also emphasized on my age.
Hmm.
Second, he emphasized on my education. Like I had very good percentage from 12 to my master's. So he emphasized on that, and after that he asked me that what you are doing in your research.
Hmm.
Your coursework is completed or not, and are you working in actively working on research or not?
Hmm.
Then then he asked about the methodology difference between IMF and RBI used for the GDP forecasting.
Hmm. So
So
that's a statistical related question, right?
yes, yes,
Huh,
yes.
huh,
And
huh.
also the like two regulatory bodies included in this question.
Hmm.
Like
Hmm.
IMF doing something for GDP
Hmm.
forecasting and the RBI is doing something for GDP forecasting.
Hmm.
Then what is the difference between these? So this was a good question for me, and I answered it. After they asked me about after the one female was there, she asked me about the masala bowl,
Hmm.
and I had no idea about it, being a statistical student.
Hmm.
So then she asked what you know about the RBI, matlab
Hmm.
what you have prepared for the interview. So, so it was the question like अब तो मुझे वही बताना है जो मुझे आता है.
Hmm.
So from there I moved the interview like in my bucket
Hmm.
like then I told them that financial inclusion, financial education, the
Hmm.
publications of the RBI,
Hmm.
these questions. Then she asked me that what is the financial inclusion and about the financial inclusion index and what RBI doing for the financial inclusion and what other indexes RBI releasing and what is the role of the DSIM. They asked me
Hmm.
what are the publications RBI do and what are the surveys that DSIM conducting
Hmm.
each year, and they asked me about the consumer confidence survey.
So when you were answering those questions, was there any kind of cross questioning? I mean, it was more of a question and answer, or was it more of a discussion?
It was more of the like discussion.
Hmm.
They are not grilling you
Hmm.
like not saying that you are not knowing something, then why are you not knowing something, or they are not going on this section
Hmm.
anymore. Like I just said that I don't aware about the masala bone, then they move on, easily move on. They don't give any expression, and they just move on to the next
Hmm.
question, to the
Hmm.
next section.
Hmm. And how did you prepare for the interview? I mean, what were your sources? Did you used to read newspaper, RBI website, all these things?
Yeah, for on daily basis, I used to visit the RBI website. It was really mandatory. They asked many questions from the RBI website,
Hmm.
and I talked to the all the seniors who are presently in the RBI and which can be in my reach.
Hmm.
I talked to them. Also, one thing my friends suggested to me that take mock interviews. So I took uh, 3 to 4 mock interviews for this exam. One is from Edutech also. Um, so these interviews helped me a lot as I was comfortable in interview to
Hmm.
answer questions.
Hmm.
I was not at least nervous there.
Hmm. Hmm. So basically, mock interviews helped you improve.
Yes, yes, helped me improve. Also, I was not an economy student, no. So,
Hmm.
like in interviews, I know that someone is asking me that question related to the corporate governance.
Hmm.
These type of questions asked in interviews. So I was like, अब ये क्या है? अब मुझे नहीं आता ये तो अब मुझे ये भी पढ़ना पड़ेगा. तो मैं लाइक इंटरव्यू के साथ मुझे काफी कुछ गेन करने को मिला लाइक
Hmm.
फाइनेंशियल इंक्लूजन एसएसजी सेल्फ हेल्प ग्रुप्स दिस
Hmm.
टाइप ऑफ
Hmm.
आई
Hmm.
प्रिपेयर
और फाइनेंशियल इंक्लूजन आपको एक्चुअल इंटरव्यू में भी पूछा?
यस यस यस
Hmm.
so like economy or banking related things help in that segment the interviews help me a lot like in statistic I already knew the things so
Hmm.
but in banking or economy the interviews help me a lot
Mhm. And what is the importance of biodata as per you? I mean, when you fill your biodata, can you emphasize on the importance of filling it with great care? Because ultimately, that is something which will drive your interview.
Yes, yes. I was not feeling that I am a research student in the biodata, so I
Hmm.
sent them again that reconsider this biodata
Hmm.
to the RBI. So yes, biodata has a very as interviewer don't know you. The
Hmm.
biodata is the representation of mm, uh, your attitude sometimes
Hmm.
in interview. Like I already told that chairman sir reading that thoroughly.
Hmm.
So he emphasized on the like education background and job you are doing. Sometimes the questions are mostly the interview questions are from the biodata only.
Hmm.
Like if you are having a hobby, then it is a plus point. If you are doing sketching, some one of my fellow asked me the sketching. So biodata helps a lot.
Hmm.
And if I have to suggest that how to fill biodata, then be honest there. Like
Hmm.
they are very smart people, and if you
Hmm.
are faking something, and if you are if they ask something from the biodata, you will
Hmm.
be trapped there.
And that is true. Sometimes there are so senior people that their working experience is itself more than our age. So we cannot fool them. They can easily catch
Correct.
us.
Yeah.
Yeah. So guys, this is a very important message. Be honest.
Yes.
I mean,
Or any achievement, any
hmm,
achievement or any scholarship you are getting, that that will also help.
that you must highlight.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, I was I'm a gate qualified person and SPAR scholar. So I
Hmm.
filled all the details, these small details in biodata.
Hmm. 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 That's great. That's great. So it has been really nice talking to you, Twinkle. बहुत सारी insights share की आपने. मुझे बहुत कुछ सीखने को मिला DSIM के बारे में. I was not aware. So at least I know the pattern now, and I know 3 books which one can refer to prepare for phase one. Last message that you would like to give to our viewers before we sign off?
I would say that it is not a very tough exam,
Hmm.
and you can do this exam along with the masters. Prepare for the exam.
Hmm.
You can clear this exam in very first attempt.
Hmm.
Like it will not be tough exam
Hmm.
if you are preparing with masters.
Hmm.
But it would take 1 year to prepare for it. Consistency is mandatory. Without consistency,